Welcome to the deep dive. You know, for a long time, foldable phones have felt like this fascinating curiosity, right?
Yeah.
Amazing tech to look at. But you always kind of wondered, does this cool novelty mean sacrificing, well, everyday usability?
Yeah, that practicality question.
Exactly. Like, can a foldable phone really be your main phone, the one you rely on day in, day out?
Mm.
Or is it just sort of destined to be a cool experiment?
Well, that's pretty much the core question we're tackling today. And our focus, it's the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip7 FE AI phone.
Okay, the FE Fan Edition.
Right. And Fan Edition usually means Samsung takes the best bits, the features people really loved from a flagship, and packs them into something a bit more accessible, often better value.
Which seems pretty important for a foldable, given the usual price tags.
Definitely crucial. And yeah, when this one was announced, there was definitely interest, but maybe also a little bit of, let's say, skepticism. Could it really deliver the goods?
Okay, so let's really get into it then. Our mission here for this deep dive is to unpack how this Flip7 FE AI seems to, well, surprise you pretty much at every turn. And we want to figure out how it moves beyond just being a flashy gadget and proves itself as a genuinely compelling smartphone, something that actually manages to blend that unique form with real function.
That's the goal. We're digging in to see if this foldable is maybe finally ready for prime time for your pocket.
Right.
And honestly, you get a feel for that shift almost immediately, like right out of the box.
Okay.
The whole foldable design, it just feels, well, reassuringly robust.
Solid. It's a big word for foldables, robust.
It really is. And it's not just talk. It feels like the technology, especially the hinge, has really matured. Samsung seems to have figured out how to make these things durable. So you're not constantly thinking, oh no, is it going to break? It shifts the focus, more towards, okay, how can this actually make things better?
That reliability factor is huge. Absolutely. So talk about the form factor then.
Yeah.
When it's closed up, it's this neat little square. Is it actually pocket-friendly? Or still a bit chunky?
Oh, it's genuinely pocket-friendly. Think about it slipping a full-size screen into a tiny pocket or a small bag where a normal phone just wouldn't fit comfortably. It really does just disappear.
Okay.
But then you flip it open, and boom, you've got this big, expansive screen, great for watching stuff or, having a couple of apps open.
And switch, yeah.
It's that duality that's so appealing. And it's not just the shape. It has this pleasing weight. Feels premium,
Not too light, not too heavy.
Exactly. Substantial, but okay for holding it for a while. And little things, like the matte black finish, it actually does a decent job with fingerprints.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, and the edges are slightly curved, makes it comfortable to hold. It's those details.
So the cover screen. You mentioned you can do stuff on it. Quick tasks.
Yeah, and this is a big deal. The wide cover screen, it's 3.6 inches. That's like a really usable size.
Not just a tiny clog anymore.
Not at all. Remember those old ones where you basically had to open the phone for anything? This is different. You can preview notifications properly, fire off quick replies, scroll through social media feeds a bit, swipe through your gallery, even watch short video clips. You can customize the clock face, obviously. It feels like a proper mini display, not some afterthought.
So it actually changes how often you need to open the main screen.
Fundamentally, yeah. Which probably helps with longevity too, right? Fewer unfolds. And it's just faster for quick checks.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
But then when you do open it up, that main screen experience, is it flagship level?
Visually, I'd say it definitely punches high. It's a 6.7-inch AMOLED panel, and it is dazzling. Really bright, vibrant colors, those deep, deep blacks you expect from AMOLED, and the 120 hertz refresh rate. It's not just marketing fluff. It makes everything incredibly smooth.
Scrolling, animations.
Yeah, scrolling, gaming, even just flipping through photos, it feels really responsive. Less blur, easier on the eyes over time, and crucially, you can actually see it outdoors.
Oh, that's key. Nothing worse than a screen you can't see in the sun.
Exactly. So yeah, the display experience both outside and inside is pretty top-notch.
Okay, impressive. Let's talk cameras. This is often where foldables, maybe especially non-flagship ones, make a compromise. How does the Flip7 FE stack up?
Right. You see a 50-megapixel main camera and maybe think, that sounds a bit modest compared to some ultra-premium phones.
Yeah, compared to the 108 or 200-megapixel monsters out there.
But, and this is important, Samsung's image processing, especially with the AI integration we'll talk about, really elevates it.
Okay, so the software's doing a lot of work.
A lot of heavy lifting, yes. In good light. Daylight shots, they come out great. Lots of detail, nice lively colors, good contrast, really pleasing photos.
And low light, always the challenge.
It holds up surprisingly well. You get usable images with minimal graininess, and the night mode does a decent job lifting shadows without completely blowing out the highlights. The AI is definitely helping optimize things there.
Good to know. And the front camera for selfies and video calls?
It's a sharp 10-megapixel sensor, does the job well, but the really clever bit for photos and videos, especially with the front camera, is that flex mode.
Ah, yes, using the hinge. Explain that.
It's brilliant because it uses the phone's own structure. You basically fold the phone part way, like an L shape, and set it down on a table or whatever.
Built-in tripod, essentially.
Exactly. Completely hands-free. So think group selfies where you actually want to be in the photo.
Without asking a stranger or doing the awkward arm stretch. Yeah.
Right. Or for video calls. You're not trying to prop your phone against a coffee mug, you know?
I've definitely done that.
Yeah.
Many times.
We all have. This just makes it effortless. It's a genuinely practical use of the folding design that you just don't get on a normal phone. Big plus for creators or just, well, anyone who makes video calls.
It really is interesting how these design tweaks can change how you use the device. It's not just form, it's function-changing habits. Okay, so under the hood, performance. Is it snappy? Can it handle demanding stuff?
It absolutely holds its own for, let's say, 95% of what people do daily. It's running Samsung's latest mid-range chipset.
Mid-range. Sometimes that worries people chasing top specs.
I get that. But honestly, these mid-range chips have gotten so good. They're really optimized for handling multitasking, streaming high-quality video, emails, browsing, even pretty demanding games.
Without stuttering.
Without any noticeable stutter, in my experience. It keeps pace really well. And the advantage is they often manage heat better and are more power efficient than the absolute top-tier chips. It's a smart balance for this kind of device.
Okay, that makes sense. And memory. RAM. It's got 8 gigabytes.
Yep, 8 gigs. And again, you might see flagships with 12 or 16, but in real-world use, 8 was plenty.
Apps didn't need to reload constantly.
Very rarely. Switching between apps felt smooth. Things stayed responsive. It felt, well, more than sufficient for everyday multitasking.
And storage.
Generous. 256 gigabytes built in.
It's pretty good. Standard these days, but good.
It is. And it means most people won't be worrying about running out of space or needing micro SD cards, especially if you shoot video or download offline media. Gives you lots of breathing room.
Okay, solid performance, good storage. That leads to the battery question. All this folding, 2 screens, decent performance. How does the battery hold up? Are you running for the charger by 3 p.m.?
Hey, no, it's actually quite respectable with what I'd call moderate use. You know, messaging, social media, maybe an hour of streaming, taking some pictures.
A typical day for many.
Right, it comfortably gets through a full day. Now, if you're a really heavy user, lots of gaming, constant video calls, you might need a top-up in the evening.
But it has fast charging.
It does, super fast charging, so even a quick plug-in gives you a significant boost. And what's really welcome is that it supports wireless charging, too.
Oh, nice. Convenience factor.
And even reverse wireless charging.
Wait, really? On an FE model?
Yep, so you can pop your compatible earbuds or smartwatch on the back of the phone to give them a little juice if you're caught short. It's a neat flagship feature trickling down.
That is genuinely useful. Okay, let's talk AI. It's in the name. Flip7 FE AI. AI in phones can sometimes feel like, well, just buzzwords. How integrated and helpful is it here? Or is it mostly marketing?
That's always the question with AI features, isn't it? Is it actually useful day to day? Here, I found the AI features felt surprisingly helpful, not gimmicky.
Okay, how so?
They're woven into Samsung's One UI. That's their layer on top of Android. It's not like some separate AI app you have to launch. It's just part of the experience.
Integrated.
Exactly. Seamlessly integrated, so it enhances things you're already doing.
Give us some concrete examples. Where does the AI really make a difference?
Okay, well, the camera is a big one. We mentioned the image processing. A lot of that is AI-driven scene detection.
Ah, so it recognizes what you're shooting.
Yeah, like food or pets or landscapes, and it subtly tweaks the settings in the background to get a better shot. You don't even have to think about it. It just works.
Clever.
Or another one, live translation. You can get quick translations right there on the cover screen. Super handy if you just need to look up a quick phrase without opening the whole phone and firing up a translation app.
Oh, I can see that being useful for travel.
Definitely. And then there's the Flex video mode. When the phone's propped open in that L shape for video calls, the AI helps optimize the framing and interface for that hands-free kind of mini laptop experience.
Making video calls better.
Yeah, genuinely more convenient. So it feels like practical AI, not just science fiction.
That flex video mode does sound really useful.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe the most reassuring thing for a foldable, though, especially given they still feel a bit new and, let's face it, premium, is the warranty. What's the situation there?
This is actually a huge selling point, I think, especially for the UK version we looked at. It comes with a 3-year Samsung extended warranty.
3 years. That's way more than the standard 1 year.
Exactly. And for a device with moving parts like a hinge and a folding screen, that offers some real peace of mind.
What does it cover? Like, if the screen develops an issue?
Yeah.
Or the hinge?
Yes, it covers issues with the screen or the hinge well beyond that usual first year. It really tackles that potential anxiety about long-term durability head on.
And is it easy to use? Like registration and support?
Super simple. You register through the Samsung Members app that's usually pre-installed, and they have support centers available. It feels like a solid commitment from Samsung to back the product long-term.
That extended warranty definitely adds a layer of confidence. Okay, look, no phone is perfect. We've highlighted a lot of positives, but what are the trade-offs? Where does the Flip7 FE AI maybe fall a little short, especially compared to a traditional non-folding flagship?
That's fair. You do have to acknowledge the physical realities of foldables still. The crease down the middle of the main screen, it's definitely less noticeable than on earlier generations. Much improved.
But it's still there.
It's still perceptible, yeah. Under certain lights, or if you run your finger across it. For most people, I think it quickly becomes something you just don't notice in everyday use. But it is there. It's just part of the current tech.
A reality of the form factor for now.
Pretty much. And also, when the phone is folded shut, it's thicker in the middle where the hinge is. It creates a slight wedge shape.
Right. Doesn't lie perfectly flat.
Exactly. It can feel a little different in the pocket or hand compared to a uniformly slim slab phone. Not bad, just different, a unique tactile thing.
Okay. And what about limitations maybe in features? You mentioned the cover screen is useful, but any drawbacks there?
Yeah, while that cover screen is great for quick interactions, it can't run every single Android app natively. Some things will still require you to open up the main display.
So not quite a full secondary phone experience yet.
Not quite. It's more like a powerful widget and notification hub. And then comparing it to, say, Samsung's top-tier Galaxy S Ultra or something, you are missing a few high-end features. Well, the camera system, while capable, doesn't have things like a periscope telephoto lens for really long optical zoom.
Those super zoom cameras.
Right. That's usually reserved for the biggest flagships. And while the performance is great for almost everything, it's not the absolute fastest chip on the market if benchmark scores are your main priority.
Okay, so some understandable trade-offs for the form factor and the FE positioning.
Exactly. But honestly, these feel like pretty small grumbles in what is overall a remarkably well-rounded and polished package.
It really does sound like the Flip7 FE AI manages to strike this brilliant balance. It's fun and unique, but doesn't seem to sacrifice practicality. Powerful enough, but not cumbersome. Different, yet somehow still familiar to use.
I think that sums it up perfectly. If you've been curious about foldables, maybe a bit intrigued by the whole revolution, but also a bit hesitant about jumping onto, potentially unproven tech, this feels like a really mature, polished entry point.
Makes sense.
The combination of that solid hinge, the genuinely useful outer screen, the capable camera, the reliable performance day-to-day, and then you throw in that 3-year warranty.
Yeah, that warranty is key.
It really elevates it. It stops being just a cool novelty and becomes a phone you could happily use as your main device every single day. It feels less like a glimpse of some distant future and more like a foldable phone that's ready for you right now.
A foldable you'll actually want to use today. So the final thought then.
Yeah.
If this niche foldable category, especially with more accessible models like this FE, really starts hitting the mainstream, what does that mean for the future of smartphone design? Does the slab phone era start to look a little less certain?
That's the big question, isn't it? Is the niche becoming the now? Something to definitely mull over.